Hello and welcome back to episode 80 of The Reset with me, Sean Tucker. What part of yourself are you not fully owning? Listen to me for a second. That part of yourself that really, really struggled, that really, you maybe even hated, the part of yourself or the part of your story, your journey, where you just wanted to escape. You wanted to run away. You wanted to hide. Do you remember that part that you really just wanted to get away from? If you do, then listen up, listen to this podcast, because the thing is, the thing that makes you great is not the person who ran away. That's what has made you probably a little bit more insecure. So is it really about looking back and seeing yourself as someone who, you had to do that, you had to perform that role, or you had to become the hero that left the circumstance to really create a new life for you? But actually, your greatness is in that as well. Your greatness is really in that part of you that you lost, that you had to hide from, that you really wanted to run away from. So this episode is all around reconnecting to that part of yourself so you can really be seen in your greatness and really own that part that maybe is still very insecure. Because we all have parts of ourselves that we maybe are not proud of. We all have parts of our character that are triggered sometimes, that sometimes we want to get away from. But really the truth is, the more comfortable you are in your own skin, in your own body, in your own history, in your own past, the more relatable you will become and the more impact you'll have, not only on the people around you, but the people who don't even know you yet. And this is the power of becoming the person who is integrated through all of the harsh realities that you've had to face, who is fully accepting of the person who was victimized to becoming the person who you are today. And I've just come off the call with someone who I respect and value quite dearly, who's a fellow entrepreneur, who's, maybe looking back at their own story and seeing themselves as, they had to become the hero. They were using their flight response because they couldn't stomach it anymore. They couldn't be part of that kind of like culture or part of that journey anymore because it was so painful to be a part of. And I said, well, what if that person that you were, you made a choice to get away from it, but what if in another parallel universe or another reality, you were still in that role and part of you fought for the greatness in who you are right now? Part of you still wanted to become free. Part of you really still wanted that sovereignty. But instead of moving away from it or running away from it, you learn to fight it. You learn to stay in that cage or in that box to realize maybe there isn't a box. Maybe the only box that I've put myself in is the one I hold the keys to. And it's just a matter of perceiving differently and having your perception opened up and perspective opened up. Because that fighter, that version of yourself that you've run away from to create the life that you have now, that you have your freedom, you have all of these wonderful things, it's still coming from that place of scarcity. It's still coming from that place of fear. It's still coming from that place of pain. And one of the mentors I've had in my life has this really great quote, and I don't know where it comes from, but I always remember it coming from this man. And that is, the pain will push until the vision pulls. And I asked this friend of mine, like, are you still running away from your pain? And they said, yeah, I think so. And I said, well, what you spoke about with me today is a lot more around your vision of what you want to bring to life. And part of that is creating impact and, donating part of what you make to people less fortunate and, charities that you really care for. And so anyway, we've arranged another call where we can go into a little bit more detail of what their vision is, because I know, given what I know and given what I've helped my clients with, I can probably help them realize some things about the unique position that they are in, connecting back to that former version of themselves and understanding you have the tools now to help that person who stayed and fought. Yet are better equipped now to help them more than ever. And maybe they don't want the life that is, very nomadic, where you can move around the world because you have a laptop and you have internet, right? Maybe that version of you, stayed and fought because what they wanted was a different meaning around what freedom means to them. They wanted stability, but they still wanted to have free expression. And they wanted to rise as a leader within the company that they were working in so that they can create the change and impact within their corporate structure. And this is the beauty about the position that you have now. It's because you've gone and done this, you've learned the tools, you've come back, and now you get to help this version of yourself too. So you get to incorporate her in your identity, or incorporate them in your identity. You don't even have to change your marketing. But what you have to realize is how great you are in all of your realities that you are in. And so my, question for you today is, what were the painful things in your life that you ran away from, that you had to really learn to deal with by fleeing them? For me, I know that there are many times that I've run away. It's too painful. I don't want to face that head on. There's other times where I've faced it head on and got punched in the head. So maybe it would have been wiser to learn how to fly. Flight. Move away. Avoid the conflict. We're all learning on this journey. And it's only a matter of what lesson, what curriculum are you taking? Have you tried taking the one of your own life, or are you trying to take it from someone else's? That's it. Are you taking your own curriculum? Are you taking your lessons of your life as they are? And it's not to say that there's a marking system, but are you actually seeing the lessons that you've had all along? Are you seeing all these things that can make you into a greater human being, create more positive impact in the world by simply realizing that you're more equipped than you realized? So if you found today's episode helpful, I'd love you to share it with just one person. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's episode.